Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. Kindly subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell, like our videos and share them. To all our supporters and our subscribers, thank you in a very special way for supporting us. I don't take this support for granted. Again, thank you very much. Pressure is mounting on William Ruto to explain why they had to disperse Kenyans who had gathered to celebrate Raila's birthday. Because when Uhuru had his birthday, it was coordinated and it was well celebrated across the country without any interference, with songs of joy and praises. And even politics took a center stage. William Ruto himself had a birthday party, and the few who attended, or the friends who attended, enjoyed themselves, even though it was widely given a wide berth. Kenyans did not see any reason why they should join William Ruto in the celebrations. One man in whose hands lied heavily the explanation as to why some unscrupulous policemen were sent to lob tear gas canisters at women who are just but celebrating, came out and spoke, and that is Inspector General Japhet Koome. And Japhet Koome is saying the following. I want us to see what Japhet Koome is saying: that IG Koome orders stern action against police who violently dispersed Kenyans celebrating the birth of Odinga in Nairobi CBD, and he says action should be taken against the officers. And he says it was illegal to disperse the celebrations. Ladies and gentlemen, if you look at what is happening, because this is not the first time we see members of the disciplined forces. I don't know whether our forces are disciplined, but as always say, some are good, others are just an epitome of the worst police officers that we have ever seen. So for Japhet Koome to come out and condemn these actions, something is happening. And I will assure you, this government is a collapsed government, and there are two centers of power in this government. There are uncoordinated efforts. And the reaction of Japhet Koome only corroborates what I'm about to explain. I want you to watch this video where Gachagua himself admitted to Simbarati that it is not the president who took his security, but it was he who took the security.
Nashukuru kwamba ulirudisha askari wangu. Unajua nilikuwa nimenyang'anywa wote. Sasa niko nao na uliponiongelesha. Nashukuru kwamba wamerudi. Sasa tunaendelea kufanya kazi.
Finally, Simbarati rafiki yangu, nilikuambia ulikuwa unalia mambo ya askari, nikakwambia ni maneno kidogo, hakuwa na maneno. Hata si rais alitoa askari hapo, mimi ndio nilikuwa nimetoa. Unajua ni kwa nini? Ilikuwa ni mambo kidogo. Askari kazi yake ni kusimamisha maandamano. Sasa wewe ukichukua askari upeleke kwa maandamano, si wataumizana? Sasa tukasema vile maandamano yanaendelea na nyinyi mnapeleka askari kwa maandamano, wataumizana na askari wenzao. Sasa tukasema wale wa watu ya maandamano wapumzike kidogo, maandamano iishe. Saa ile maandamano imeisha, tumekurudishia askari. Si hiyo maneno ni rahisi? Lakini mkirudi tena kwa barabara na askari yetu, tutawatoa. Kwa sababu askari hawezi kubaliwa kuumizana na askari mwenzake.
That tells you very clearly that Gachagua is another center of power and he's got his command. And I understand that there are some policemen who are not even under the command of IG Koome. They are being coordinated by Gachagua himself. So we've got two centers of power. So there seems to be at this center of power, this separate center of power, decided to send some goons in the name of police, and they lobbed tear gas canisters into people who are celebrating. Now, the other center of power that Koome is reporting to called Koome and told him, you go and explain this. During the Azimio demonstrations, more than once, the Nairobi commandant Bungei outlawed the Azimio demonstrations, saying that they were illegal, sometimes giving flimsy reasons why he could not allow, despite the constitution being very clear. And then hours later, the Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki, who is also a lawyer, a man who understands the constitution, came up and disowned Bungei in public and said the demonstrations should go on. You know, for a minister or a cabinet secretary to come and disown what a police officer said, it simply tells you that these people are not reading from the same page and they are two centers of power. At some point, people thought that we have Rigathi Gachagua camp and William Ruto camp. Now, the discussion that is going on now as we speak is that Maina Njenga and the orchestrated plans against the Mungiki, quote unquote, is a war, a silent war between William Samoei Ruto and Rigathi Gachagua, his deputy. Word has it that William Ruto wants to tame the popularity of Rigathi Gachagua in Mount Kenya, and so he has unleashed Maina Njenga, who is controlling youths in that area. And Rigathi Gachagua understands this very well, that someone has been sent to try and take power from him, to checkmate him. So what does he do? You know, Rigathi Gachagua is a go-getter, just like his boss William Samoei Ruto. So he decides that we have Mungiki in my area and I will deal with them. And he came up with something that is very, very difficult to oppose. You cannot, tell Rigathi Gachagua now that he should not, try and tackle Mungiki. The only thing you can argue out that our youths are being targeted, these were youths who are being called hustlers, now you call them Mungiki. But that is it, that Maina is actually Ruto's man, checkmating Rigathi Gachagua. That is one of the reasons that the two centers of power at the police level. The other reason could be pressure is now mounting. And you see, as a leader, you have to take authority, you have to take some responsibility. And that's why he came up and said that he wasn't aware of the coordinated efforts to disperse people who are celebrating. It is the pressure. Just like the other day I told you that the other Koome, the Chief Justice, had to come out condemning William Samoei Ruto after William threatened and intimidated judges, the stubborn judges who he has accused of making rulings and verdicts that go against his agenda. He feels that they are part and parcel of the saboteurs. These are people who want to sabotage his agenda. So she was forced to come with some statements condemning, but deep inside her heart, they have a working relationship, a cordial working relationship between them. You just do it because people will be asking, where is Koome? Where is Koome? So you do it so that at least watu wanyamaze kidogo. So this is just some pressure. They also just realized that they looked petty and they have been beaten in their own game. As they were lobbing tear gas canisters at the people who were celebrating on the CBD, in Serena, people were cutting cakes and singing and talking about Raila Odinga and wishing him long life. Raila himself was with Joho in Mombasa, and Joho declared his support. In fact, Joho was saying that Raila and the Costarians are inseparable. So these people are realizing that it was an exercise in futility. You are chasing some people, yet the bigger part of the celebrations are going on. If they really wanted to interfere with the celebration, they would have gone to Serena, where a host of leaders, the Azimio leaders in Nairobi, were celebrating, or in Mombasa, where Raila himself was. Number 3, this is damage control. Once something has happened, whether they know, whether he's part of the powers and the orders that led to the tear gas being logged, or he was not, this is a damage control. As a leader, you must come up and talk. Maybe he has been instructed to say something about this. Nothing will happen. This I can assure you. You will not see anybody. Do you think William Ruto can punish some policemen for lobbing tear gas canisters at Azimio rally or celebration? It cannot. In fact, this very government killed Azimio supporters during demonstrations, maimed them, and they really defended their actions and justified it. So just lobbing tear gas canisters is something that they feel is very normal. It is only that they have to speak. There could also be sacrificial lambs. When something has come up and pressure is mounting, it is simple. You look for some 2 people, you can transfer them, they could be suspended or what. But the statements were meant for damage control so that people can feel that the IG has said something, and I believe it is. The last one, these people have just realized that they still need Raila to embrace the NADCO report, the National Dialogue report, that both of them pended their signatures too. And so if you start interfering and lobbying tear gas canisters on supporters of Raila when they are celebrating, and you've seen Raila saying that we might go back to the streets, and you've seen Martha Karua, Eugene Wamalwa, Uhuru Kenyatta, both of them, there are reports that they are against the NADCO report because it didn't carry the aspirations of Kenyans, especially 1 man, 1 shillings, 1 vote, or the cost of living. And so they have just realized that they must appease Raila, otherwise things might get to their worst. So this statement, ladies and gentlemen, cannot be taken seriously, if you ask me, because it is meant for damage control. But again, some 2 people are pulling from different or to different directions. And this government, I can assure you, is a collapsed government. The commander-in-chief of all the armed forces is William Samoei Ruto. He's the one who is being paid with taxpayers' money as a president. So sometimes when some other people come and say that I'm the one who did this, I'm the one who commanded this, this is a collapsed government. The reason why we have one commander-in-chief is so that we can usually hold someone responsible. If security of Simbarati has been taken away and something bad happens to Simbarati, we know that William Ruto as the sword is the commander-in-chief. So for his deputy to come and tell us that he's also wielding some powers and can order security officers to be taken away, can recall security officers from a government officer or from state officers who are paid also by taxpayers' money, it is pathetic. We have a collapsed government. The question is, how many more orders do Gachagua undertake? If the most sensitive part is taking someone's security and he does it, how many others? Because it is confirming to us that he can simply pick a call, order some security in Kisumu, in Kisii, in Uasin Gishu, where, and they listen to him. And so Kenyans are wiser than what you think, ladies and gentlemen. That's my take.